Hi everyone, this is just a quick video to help you with the navigation. So I have signed into our class and I am in student view, as you can see, with the pink outline around. So this should look pretty close to what you see. So I wanted to help you navigate your way through the course if you're having a little bit of problem. When you sign into our class and you click into our class from your dashboard, this is the page you will land on. It is our home page. At the top of the home page, you will see the recent announcements, and then if you scroll down, there'll generally be a message right here between the two green lines, and then underneath it at the bottom of the page are all the ways you can contact me. This is just in case you've forgotten how to contact me. I am very easy to get in touch with and I have a good response time, so when you have a question, please just reach out. Scrolling back up on the home page, you will see over here to the side a to-do list for our class. This is just for our class. This is not every class. So you can see that there are a list of things here and the icon will tell you what it is. Like there's an announcement to read. Did you read that announcement? Well, maybe you should go in and read it. So you can read it by clicking right here on the recent announcements, or you can click on the link that it provides. Either will take you to the announcement. So you can go, see now we're on the announcement tab for our course navigation, and now you see the announcement and you can read it, and then you can go back to the home page and you can go back to your to-do list and you can say, okay, I did that, I read that. This means there's a calendar event. This was to let you know that my office hours were happening this morning. If you needed information about that, you could click on the link provided and it would take you to the calendar and show you office hours. See, it says it right there. Explains what the office hours are. So when you're done, you can go back to our course and you can, oops, nope, sorry, wrong button. You should be able to do it. Because I'm in student view, it just makes this a little bit more difficult. But you go right back into our course and you can be like, okay, so I read the welcome letter. I saw the office hours. So now I'm ready to jump into week 1. That's the next announcement. So I can go and read that announcement. This announcement contains a calendar, a weekly overview of what is expected for this week. So I can see that on Monday, I needed to read Monday's pages, and I needed to complete the setup, profile, and notifications. On Tuesday, we're starting our discussion board. On Wednesday, I have more pages to read. Thursday, I have more reading, plus a journal to complete, and then I'm back on the discussion board. Friday, more pages to read. I'm going back on the discussion board, plus there is a quiz and then something else that goes with the quiz. So I've got a lot of work to do this week based on what this announcement's telling me. So I can go back to the home page. I've read that announcement. That's great. So now I'm ready to jump in and start reading the information provided for Monday. So I can do it a couple of ways. Again, I can come to my to-do list and I can click on the first page I need to read. Or I can start here by clicking on modules. So if I go into modules, it very clearly, once I get there, shows me, here we are, welcome module week 1. And see, it says Monday. Monday right there. So you can see that these are the pages you need to read for Monday. And they match up exactly with the to-do list. And then here is that assignment that is due. And this little icon over here, the red circle with the line, this tells me that I am late. See, this assignment is overdue. So I can click on the first module page I need to read, and I can see that it contains information about the learning objectives and the module activities and the due dates for this week. Once I have completely read all of that information, I come to the bottom right of the screen and I can click Next. This takes me to the next page I need to read. This is about how to navigate in Canvas, and it explains all of these global navigation links as well as the course navigation links. There's a video to watch, and then another video to watch about setting up your user profile. This is important information. Here's the video about your notifications. This is the work you will need to do to complete the first assignment, so you should watch the videos. Here's some more videos. Each of these videos has important information that you will be quizzed on because you have to know how to navigate in Canvas. If you've used Canvas before, that's great. These videos will just be a quick refresher. Otherwise, you should sit here and watch them. They're not very long. They have very helpful information, and you will need all of this information to succeed in our class. So as you work your way through each of these very short videos, they're all between 1 minute and 4 minutes long. They're not very long at all. Once you've watched them all, you can click Next. And you just keep working your way through each page assigned for Monday. Now, some pages will have tabs. So as you can see, this is the Home tab. Here's information about announcements. Here's information about content pages. And then you just work your way through each of the tabs, reading the information and watching any videos that are posted. For each tab, some tabs are longer than others. And once you have worked your way through all of the tabs, then you can click Next. So this page doesn't have tabs, but you do need to scroll and watch a video, and then you need to complete an activity to install this piece of technology that we will be using. It's called Cami. And then once you have done everything on the page, you've gone through each of the steps, then you click Next. And now here we are at the first assignment. So you can see at the top of the page it tells you the name of the assignment, setup, profile, and notifications. It tells you the due date. It was due January 13th by 11 p.m. It will tell you what you are submitting. You are typing in the text entry box, right? So you read the page. It explains why we are setting up your profile and your notifications. Then it walks you through how to do it. If you've already done it, it asks you to think about any changes you need to make to meet our class's requirements. And then at the very bottom, it gives you the prompt. These are the directions that you follow. So once you have set them up, then you need to type in the text entry box 100 words to explain these two questions. Here's the information on how your work will be graded, and if you keep scrolling on the page, you will see the rubric that I will use to grade your work. You can read this in more detail. Every assignment has a rubric. So if you scroll back up to the top of the page when you're ready, you can click on the Submit Assignment button, and you can see it opened a text entry box. And here is where you will type your answer. This is my journal. And you can see that I have typed 4 words, right? Well, down here in the bottom of the text entry box, you can see there is a word counter. So if you're wondering, have I typed 100 words? Well, just keep watching. This is my journal. This is my journal. Oops. I can't spell today. This is my journal. And now I should have 12 words. So you can see it's not counting the punctuation. It's not counting the spaces. This is not a character count. This is a word count. So once you are done typing in, answering the questions right here, so you just scroll up to see the questions, scroll back down to type. When you are done, you submit assignment. And then at the top, you will see that now it says that you have submitted, and it will tell you when you submitted and whether or not you submitted late. It will also give you the opportunity to resubmit assignment. If after I have graded it, you did not meet all of the mastery skills, you're welcome to come back in and resubmit the assignment. But if you are done, then you scroll to the bottom of the page and you click Next. And this is how you move through the module. So the next thing you encounter is Tuesday's work, which was yesterday. This is a graded discussion where you need to meet your group. Everyone's in a group, and you need to pick a name for your group. So you can post a typewritten text-based initial post, or you can do a video, either choice, but it was due yesterday at 11 p.m. And then later in the week, you will complete the reply options. Here are some rules about netiquette. Here's how your discussion board will be graded. And here's some additional resources if you would like some extra help on how to navigate a discussion board. Once you have completed your post to the discussion board, you do the same thing. You scroll to the bottom of the page and you click Next. And this is how you move through the module. If you need to stop and go work on something else and come back later, that's okay. When you sign back into the class again, you'll be here on the home page. So you can say, oh, I read that. Done. Oh, I read that, and I read that. When I recognize that. I know I did that. Yep, I did that. Oh, so here's where I left off. And so you pick up right where you left off, right? So you could either use the to-do list to pick up where you left off, or you can go back into modules, and you can say, I know I did all of Monday's work. Check. I know I did some of Tuesday's work, so where did I leave off? And you click on the page or the assignment where you left off, and you continue working your way through the module. And this will be the same for every module that we complete. So you can collapse modules when you're done with them, or if you want to have an overview of all the modules, this is one way to quickly see all of the work. So you can see that these modules, Module 1, Module 2, Spring Break, and Module 3 are all locked. So you do not have access to click into and read the pages in those modules yet. Right now, what is unlocked is our Welcome module and our digital textbook. So I encourage you to stay on track and work your way through the pages assigned and the work that you need to complete for each day of this first week of the course. Keep sending me questions. I'm happy to help.